Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents G.I. Joe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 73, Torpedo. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, 4 and up, plastic-free packaging, except paper and glue. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. On the top flap, G.I. Joe Classified Series, and it is embossed, at least the G.I. Joe part and the stripes. Classified Series, not so much. And then some tape to hold it closed. On the front, what I'm guessing is not a digital render, but actual photography. It looks that way. That's pretty cool. And then probably digital renders there of the accessories. Some artwork right here. And Torpedo on his sub. And then the giant tube worms from the cartoon. From the mass device. Second or third episode, maybe. Maybe it was the first one. I don't remember. It was one of the episodes in Mass Device. Then we have G.I. Joe Classified Series. Again, that's embossed, and that embossing does run to the other side. G.I. Joe Edward Torpedo Aloha. That's Aloha in his name? I don't know. Maybe that's a common Hawaiian thing. I am not sure because I do believe he is Hawaiian. The G.I. Joe Star Hasbro print, or yeah, Hasbro print. Plastic free packaging, except tape and glue. And then small fine legalese made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, some artwork of Torpedo G.I. Joe Classified Series, not embossed. He's number 73. And then again, like I said, the embossing goes around to this side. And it does not fade out with the paint there. But anyway, he's G.I. Joe. There's a picture of him, artwork, number 73. If you want to scan that to find out about his file card stuff, you can pause it right there and scan that if you haven't done it already. And then he's G.I. Joe, and there's a bit of his file card right there. Probably the same information you'll get from scanning this. I'm not sure because I haven't scanned any of these yet. And here on the back, number 73, and then that nice targeting type background. G.I. Joe Star. Nice digital render of the figure and accessories. And some close-ups of some of the accessories. Or features, perhaps. G.I. Joe Edward Torpedo Aloha. And I'm probably not pronouncing that right. He is 6 inches tall, or 157 millimeters, according to this. And again, there's some more file card information. Warning, attention, Octoon! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Attention, don't stick it in your French pie hole, especially you get your own thing. So please, people who speak French, pay attention because you're getting a separate warning. Parents, GIJoe.com! And then again, small fine legalese print made in China print. This symbol I'm not going to learn, that symbol I'm not going to learn, Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers. Let's take a look at the accessories first. And here we have a knife, which I'm assuming is some type of diver's knife. Does have nice molded details, that serrated back on it, along with those two hooks. Nice molded detail in the handle. And next up we have the magazine for its rifle or submachine gun, whatever you want to call it. Nice molded details. And then can't really see anything in there, so I don't think there's any kind of detail there in the top. And here is the weapon it goes to. Very cool looking. It's got a tactical rail on the top. And then there's the port for the magazine. And it just goes right in there and stays pretty good with friction. So a port and a barrel, so blast effects can be used with it. Then here is his spear gun. Very nice looking. It's got that silver paint app on the end here for the spear, and then it's got this paint app on the back for the strap, which is a little bit softer than the rest of it, although it's all kind of a soft rubbery plastic. Next up we have his backpack, rebreather, air tanks, all that. His breathing apparatus. As you notice here, it's got a port here on this side and a port on this side. And here's his diving mask, and it's very nice details, nice paint apps there on it, and right here as well. And then you'll notice those two posts right there, they port into the backpack. At least I say they do. There we go, just like that. There we go. And then you can raise it and lower it by the hoses if you need to. It does have some flex to it. And then here we have his flippers, or his diving fins, whatever you want to call them. And as you can see, it's got R marked in there for right. And it's even got the foot peg hole through it, so that's pretty cool. So he can wear these and still stand on a stand. Nice paint apps here, and you'll see that one has stamped in it L for left. And it's even got some nice details on the bottom. Now for his last accessory, here's the crate that holds all of his accessories in the box. It seems like it's printed upside down, because that to me looks like a handle of some kind, and it's on the bottom. Now I will say this, these foot lockers, I don't like them as well as the older ones with the keypad lock and the digital display and stuff on them. I think those look more G.I. Joe than this. However, these do have a more real world military feel to them. I mean, some of the details aren't like that on the back, of course, but you know, it does, like I said, it does have a much more real world look to it than the others, but the others feel more G.I. Joe to me personally. Well, let's take a look at the figure. And I have to say, he's got some nice sculpted detail there in the face, along with some nice paint apps or face printing technology. And then we've got these little straps here, which is just a little rubber overlay, or soft plastic, might just be soft plastic. And then, you know, he's got this stripe running all the way down, and then it comes out at the feet, and then the black on either side, and of course the diving mask. An extra head would have been nice for this set, to where he didn't have the wetsuit pulled up on his head. And he's got the sheath for his knife, and then some pouches there for other stuff. He keeps chum in there, chum. And then there's the port in his back for his backpack. Again, you'll have to move this around a little bit to get that all lined up. Well, let's take a look at his articulation. He can look up that high, and it's on a dumbbell at the top, and the bottom of the neck is a separate piece from the head and the torso. He can look down that far. He's got some chicken neck. He's got waggle. He can do the full exorcist. And then at the shoulders, there is a butterfly joint, and it go back that far. It goes forward that far. He can raise his arm up slightly better than 90 degrees. 360 degree rotation there at the shoulder as well. Cut at the upper bicep for another 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinless elbows. Gives you that much bend. 360 degree rotation at the wrist on an up and down hinge. So that's pretty sweet. Up and down hinge on this side as well. He does have that classic Marvel Hasbro Legends ab hinge. That's what I like to call it. And it allows him to bend backwards that far and forward that far. At the waist, he's on either a ball or a dumbbell joint there, and it does give him some hula hula motion going on there. He can lean left and right. He can tilt back that far. He can tilt forward that far. At the hips, he does have that Classified Series pull down hinge. It allows him the full splits. He does kick forward that far, but as you can see, it is with a little bit of outswing. And then backwards about a step. Cut at the upper thigh for another 360 degree rotation. At the knee, double hinged pinless knee. Gives you that much bend. And then at the lower shin, there is a cut for another 360 degree rotation just above the ankle. And then at the ankle, tilts down that far, up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as his accessories go, of course, it's a post on his backpack, and it goes in the port on his back. And again, you just kind of have to line that overlay up, and it goes right in there, and it does fit pretty snugly. It is contoured to fit his back. And then as far as the dive mask goes, it just will slide right over his head. His knife goes right in the sheath and stays there due to friction. The spear gun just goes in his hand. You can put the strap around his wrist like it's supposed to go if you want to, but you don't have to. just kind of work that into his hand. And then his fins, diving fins, flippers, whatever you want to call them. You just slide them over the appropriate foot until you can get the back around his heel. And that goes for both feet. And as far as his firearm goes, you can put it in his arm, or you can put it in his hand, or there's also a clip at the bottom of the backpack, and it will clip right in there for storage while he's swimming around looking for giant tube worms while he's spearfishing. There you go, my friends. That is a look at Torpedo and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Torpedo next to the G.I. Joe Classified Series Walmart exclusive retro carded Gung Ho. And, not to be left out, the G.I. Joe Classified Series Shipwreck and Polly. Here's the G.I. Joe Classified Series Torpedo with the Action Force Swarm Trooper with Swarm Gear and the Action Force Scarab. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Torpedo, with, from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. Our final G.I. Joe Classified Series comparison, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Series Torpedo, I have to say I really like this figure. He comes with all the accessories that he needs. You know, he comes with his swim fins. He comes with his mask and goggles. He comes with a spear gun. He comes with a diving knife. He comes with his air tank or rebreather. I'm not sure which one it is. And he also comes with a submachine gun. Now, the only real issue that I have with this figure is the storage for the submachine gun. It doesn't like to stay in there all the time. If you just bump it slightly, it will fall out. So if you keep your Joe accessory, if you keep some Joe accessories that don't have storage in another place, you may want to consider doing that for that submachine gun. But other than that, this guy looks great. I like the fact that the spear gun has the little rope or tie on the end of it, and it will actually go over his hand and stay around his arm. I think that was nice, and the paint apps on it are great on the swim fins, on the spear, on the spear gun. It's just great. And even on the packaging, I love the part on the packaging where it throws back to the Mass Device miniseries with the giant tube worms in the background. I thought that was a nice touch for that. And, you know, this guy, he's a Navy SEAL. This guy is such a bad Navy SEAL. And I mean bad like in the good sense, not bad like he's horrible at it. But he's so bad of a Navy SEAL that he's got his own full-size submarine that he operates without a crew. If you don't believe me, watch the mass device. There's no crew. You never see any crew on his sub. So, that's how good Torpedo is. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.